Happy Sunday, everyone. Welcome to part 2 of our Sunday doubleheader. As promised, we are here to watch In Your House Mind Games. We have not watched this one before. A terrific Shawn Michaels versus Mankind main event in this one, going all the way back 29 years ago almost to 1996, September of 1996 to be exact. And this was one hell of a main event. I don't remember a ton about the rest of the card. I remember a little, and I do know it's in Philly. And they delivered big here for that Philadelphia crowd with basically a Cactus Jack match in the main event. And I remember I credit this show as being one of the first times that WWE started to recognize, the audience and listen to the audience, because they were there for King of the Ring like a year prior in Philly, and the crowd just shit on everything. And then, things kind of came around in like 96-ish, and WWE started realizing the cities that they're in, specifically Philadelphia, and delivering for crowds like that. And right around this time, too, I think they're at least on the free-for-all. I don't remember if it's the free-for-all or the main card. I think it's the main card. But we get an ECW Invasion, a little miniature one there in the front row. I think Sandman and Heyman and somebody's out there. And then after Buried Alive, they're in Hershey. They do the same thing. Taz runs through there or something like that. So ECW was starting to have an influence in wrestling, and we would see that here and a couple of other times in WWE. But yeah, thanks again for everyone who was here for the Clash in Paris review. We just wrapped that up about an hour ago, less than an hour ago. Took a little break, and now we are back here to regroup and watch In Your House Mind Games. We chose a shorter show for this because we've already been up here once today, and we're going live an hour later than we normally do, so we'll just keep this to a 2-hour show. And in 2 weeks from tonight, we'll be back at it for a live, full Classic watch-along, as I will have, I do have some plans next week. So, yeah, that's what we're going to do today. I'll do some shout-outs in just a second. While I'm doing that, go over to your Peacock and find In Your House Mind Games. So you want to go to the In Your House tab on the pay-per-views. Look for In Your House Season 2, Episode 5, Mind Games. The runtime, according to Peacock, is 1 hour, 55 minutes, and 32 seconds. In just a couple of minutes here, we will all hit play together. Once we do that, that timer right there begins to run. I have killed ads here on the YouTube video, but you might get some ads or interruptions on Peacock. If you do, that's what the timer is for, and that's how we do things up in here. So this should be a fun one to watch. Going all the way back, I ordered this on pay-per-view. I still have the original copy somewhere in my archives, and I remember this one pretty well because it was a fun main event. Let's see who's here in the chat to say hello to. Michael Cuomo is here, so is Ajax Johnson. Yes, I hope you make it home. We'll try to stall a little bit to let you get home and get enough time to get logged in and synced up. We are Pro Wrestling in the house. Good to see Tatanani and Melissa and Ray Frand. We got Mike Rouse in the house. It's Robert, Daniel Berry Sports, and George Morris chiming in with his token 5. Thanks, man. Hey, Greg, how are you and Tito and Elizabeth? Good luck with the move. How many times have you moved since being on your own? Me, 6 times. I have moved a lot of times. I moved out of my parents' house when I was 18 years old. I had just turned 18, got my first apartment, was only there for about 9 months, moved into a different apartment, was only there for a year, moved into another apartment, was only there for a year. When I was young, I was like, when my lease would be up, I would just get the itch to move, and I would move into another apartment. I did that fucking shit all the time. And even in California, I've moved a few times. This will be like the 5th place I've lived in California. I've lived in this house for 5 years. I lived in my previous apartment for over 3, and then a couple years before that in another one. So I've moved a lot in my life in general, but when I was younger, I was moving all the time. I can't do that now. I've accumulated too much shit. But back in the day when I was just like living in a 1-bedroom apartment or living with roommates, I would move a lot. I just always moved. Once I buy a house, I'm going to stay there and sit forever. Once me and Elizabeth get old enough to buy a little place just for ourselves, and we can just chill and grow old and die. But yeah, I've moved a lot of times, and looking forward, about 3 or 4 weeks, I'm going to be out of here. into a new space, and I've already redesigned my new YouTube space in my head with the floor plan. I know exactly how everything's going to go, so just a matter of moving everything over there and executing it and getting it pulled up or getting it set up so we can get live streaming ASAP once I move. But I probably will need a few days just to get acclimated and get the new space ready. It's going to be a much more simplified space. I'm occupying a corner of a room with a divider, so I'm going to have a nice little shelf background, and it's going to look really nice. And I've always kind of wanted like a simpler space. This is so much space. This is just too much space. So I'm looking forward to kind of simplifying the setup, but also still making it look really nice. So stay tuned for a new environment coming up in about a month. Thank you again, George, as always. Good to see Domo97. The Juliet is back. Howdy. We got Nick Musser in the house. We also have Foxstar Killer chiming in with $5. How goes it, watch-alongers? This is going to be a slight jump ahead timeline-wise for me. You're currently sitting at Great American Bash 96 in your viewing project. Yeah, sorry, we are just a little bit ahead of you there, so you'll have to watch some of WCW and WWE stuff from the summer before you catch up here. And you're watching WWF SummerSlam 92. It's Robert from 33 years ago. Juliet sending out another channel membership, this time to Tim Bates. Tim Bates, welcome to the family, bro. We got Crazy Jay in the house. We also have Brandon McNeil, Serge, Zach Pauget. Good to see everybody in here. And yeah, let's rock on and start getting going here on In Your House Mind Games. You guys, I'm sure, have pulled everything up by now. I'll go ahead and get my fingers ready on the timer and the play button, and we'll go 3, 2, 1, play, just like we always do. I was also thinking what I might want to start incorporating on the channel, because we have gotten to a lot of pay-per-views now. And if you notice over on YouTube, WWE's got those Vault channels. They've got the WWE Vault and the WCW Vault. I think either in September or October, and we can start doing this more frequently, but maybe we'll start with like one date. We'll pick a day, a Sunday for a watch-along, and instead of doing a show, maybe what I'll do is let the channel members, I'm going to give them first dibs on this, channel members, I'll put up a post in YouTube like a week before, and I'll say, let's do a watch-along of just random matches. Let's pick like 5 to 6 matches, maybe more, depending on how long they are, but maybe anywhere from like 5 to 8 matches, somewhere totaling about 3 hours. Pick about 5 to 8 matches from any of WWE's Vault channels, whether it be WCW Vault or WWE Vault, any match that they've uploaded over there in its entirety. Maybe let's say, hey, let's select 5 to 8 of those, and we'll watch them. And we'll just restart the timer for every one. And I'll provide links in the description. You can just go down there and click on the next match, click on the next match. I'll make a big thumbnail for it, and we'll call it, we need a name for it. We need like a Sunday Watch-Along Member's Choice or something like that, to where we watch a series of matches from a bunch of shows. You know, and we'll do that sometimes. If we're having one of those weeks where we're struggling to find a watch along, or shit, what are we going to do next week? Or, you know, maybe we can do a member's choice and do something like that, change it up a bit. And then we can just utilize YouTube for that. And I can put the links to the videos right there in the description. You can click on them one at a time and we'll watch them. I think that might be a fun idea to do in the future. So keep a lookout for that. September or October, we'll do that at least one night, one Sunday, and we'll see how it goes. And if we really like it, we'll try to do it more frequently. But there's a lot of just singular matches all over WWE's YouTube channels, their various channels. So if we just find some of the best matches that they've uploaded, and we'll pick a variety of them and just watch them all in one night. So anyway, I think that's a good idea for us to do at some point this year. All right, you guys ready to go on Mind Games? I am. All right, there's my play button here, and there's my timer here. All right, I am locked and loaded. All right, guys, here we go. WWE In Your House Mind Games 1996. Let's do it. 3, 2, 1, play. Yes. All right. The face of fear. There's our friend again. We talked about him last week, the voiceover guy. I think he passed away a few years back. Also, cheers. I did open up a cold one for the watch-along. This man. Yeah, 96, man. We were just... I mean, Foxstar mentioned that he's watching Great American Bash, so he's about to watch, the origin of, how the NWO came to be. Because that was when Hall and Nash, I think, power-bombed Bischoff right through the table, and then Bash at the Beach is when they formed the next month. So Hall and Nash were gone, but they're about to make a comeback here.
Battered egos are his plan. But this man fears no one. He is the shadow of death, with the stench of betrayal still hanging in the air.
That's right. Paul Bearer turned on Undertaker at the previous SummerSlam. That's the only SummerSlam we haven't watched. 1996. Next year. No time to do it this year. We're running out of WrestleManias to do, too. So we might have to circle back and do another one that I did in like 3 or 4 years ago. Maybe we'll watch WrestleMania 6 again, just for fun.
In the light, there is hope. A champion whose body is virile, whose will is unmatched. In his usual battlefield, he has achieved the highest of honors. But when war begins in the psyche and sanity struggles with lunacy, which will survive? Can the champion continue to live his dream?
Shawn now is champion in WWE with none of his buddies. Even 1, 2, 3 Kid's gone. So he only has Hunter. It's pretty solid animation on the skull with the Mankind mask on it. And there they are. Yeah, I was about to say the Spectrum's gone by this point. So this is the new All-State Center, First Union Center, Wachovia Center. They had a lot of different... I think it was Wachovia Center when I went to WrestleMania 15. And Mr. Perfect's about to leave too. He's about to bounce out. Next month, he's going to start building his issue with Triple H, and then he's going to leave and go to WCW. All right, so this match, I was thinking it was in the... Because I remember watching this night, watching the free-for-all, and I thought the ECW guys were out there too for that. But I think they definitely make their presence known here. Who's here? Is it Tommy Dreamer? It's Tommy Dreamer, Sandman, and Heyman, I think. But I don't remember. But I refuse to believe that this wasn't set up ahead of time. Like, I don't think these guys really bought ringside seats. Oh, that's right. This is a Caribbean strap match. And Savio beat Austin in a strap match at Beware of Dog in the match that sent DiBiase to WCW. Look at Kevin Kelly. What a dork. What a fucking dork. Savio Vega gonna whip your butt. So, I mean, I liked Savio Vega. Just some of these characters and around this time were just like, I don't know, man. They had Savio there as Quang, and then they repackaged him as Savio Vega. There's Tommy Dreamer right there in the front row in his ECW shirt. So, yeah, so there's no way. Like, Vince totally brought these guys here for the purposes of this. And I think by this point, the working agreement between WWE and ECW already existed. Or was starting to exist, one or the other. Yeah, Harvey Whippleman. Yeah, Harvey would ref sometimes. It was rare when he would, but he's kind of like Brian Hildebrand, only unlikable. He's got the same size. He's so fucking little. Harvey Whippleman was an easy character to dislike. Everybody backstage knew him as Bruno, I guess, and he was in the car with Joey Morella during the accident that killed him. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there's Sandman and Dreamer and Heyman right there. Big ECW chant in the arena. It is kind of funny that this is the match, right? This is the match in which Bradshaw won the championship, right? Didn't he beat Eddie in one of these things? There we go. There's Sandman spitting beer. What a prick. Now, I'm pretty sure Savio Vega could kick the shit out of Sandman in a fight in 1996. Hell yes. My money's on Savio in a shoot. 100%. I never considered Sandman tough. I considered him fat and stupid. So you can bash a beer can over your head. Who cares? Can you fight? I doubt it. Look at Jerry Briscoe. Jerry Briscoe could take Sandman. He'd tie him into a fucking pretzel. All right, so the officials are out there. Vince is trying to play it off. And the officials are there to get the ECW guys out of Dodge. And I'm pretty sure, I know it happened a couple times, but I know the night after Buried Alive, the next month's In Your House, the next Raw was in Hershey, where a lot of WWE shows have taken place. And that was when the new Razor and Diesel debuted. But also, during that set of TV tapings, ECW guys were in the crowd for that too. And it was in that same set of tapings that I think Mark Marrow won the IC title. But it was cool at the time. Like, I do remember ECW showing up in the crowd, like, for Mind Games. And I remember even at the time thinking, I'm like, you got these stupid characters, this Justin Hawk Bradshaw and Uncle Zebekiah and all these dumbass characters that were still there, you know? It wasn't quite as bad as 1995, but you still had these silly characters, and ECW was a little bit more, you know, hardcore, a little bit more adult, a little bit more violent. Better suited to a fan my age, which at the time I was 19. I was 19. I was a strapping young fella. Strapping, I'll tell you. Strapping. You got it. You can reach that. Don't act like you can't reach it. Oh, reach it with his foot. 3. Nope. Not going to make it. Not going to make it to 4. I swear I could win one of these strap matches so easily. I would just run and tap them all. It's got to be hard to work a normal match with it being tethered to someone like that. Like, I can't even vacuum my floor without my fucking cord getting all tangled around my leg, you know? You've all been there, right? Try having a strap match. We have a pretty small front yard here, but the house that I'm living in, the owner's got an electric lawnmower in the garage just in case I need to mow the grass, and I've done it a couple times, and I got to plug it in. What kind of lawnmower plugs into the fucking wall? Getting wrapped around, tangled all around my feet. He's a mean Texas hombre. Ooh, clothesline from hell.
That's what you call a clothesline. Indeed, that's an impact right there. And I think this match is going to set the tone for the intensity for the rest of the night.
I feel like they filled in the seats where the ECW guys were sitting. I feel like there's different people now sitting there. Now, is this guy, are they going to do the thing where Savio taps it behind him? I'm pretty sure this is how Savio beat Austin, right? Yeah, Savio's tapping the corners too. And help me out, is this how Bradshaw beat Eddie? Isn't the same finish in every strap match? One guy's tapping the corners, but the opponent is coming around tapping them behind him, and then gets the final one? And Savio does it. Savio, undefeated in strap matches. Anything can happen. Oh, yeah. Jose and Cornette, I forgot. He's been using his walker for parallel bars. Is this the pay-per-view where Jim Cornette says that Jose had a switchblade? There's some sort of interview where he's like, the reason he beat me up is because he had a switchblade. I love, that's one of my favorites. His social security number is 1. Jose would absolutely fuck up Jim Cornette in a shoot. Oh, he's coming out to Vader's music. He always wore this crazy shit. He got in the ring a time or two in the NWA too, right? He wore shit similar to this. Just the weirdest. Like, is that exaggerated? That's not really his spare tire, right? That's got to be embellished. He's not really that large, is he? Oh, yeah, look, look, look. It's Razor and Diesel, guys. And they took out Savio. Now, I remember all of this very well, and I remember knowing that that wasn't Hall and Nash, but not knowing who it was. And I'm like, this is so weird, you know? God, Cornette, you have to have your nipples pointing out of there? Jesus. Make me barf up in here. Yeah, Cornette's drive-through. He's definitely been through a few drive-throughs in his life, hasn't he? Some more famous than others. But you could call Jim Cornette a fast food connoisseur. For a guy who hates Trump, they sure do have the same eating habits. Look at that. Coming out to Vader's music. I hope Lothario comes out to Shawn's. Oh, okay, thanks, Ryan. Yeah, the finish was something similar. Eddie was jumping over ABL to touch the turnbuckle, but GM Angle said no. JBL. Oh, I don't remember that. Wow, I didn't know it was that convoluted. Wow. I didn't like JBL, so I've never gone back ever and watched his championship win ever. I watched it on pay-per-view that night. Haven't seen it since. Here comes the sexy boy. The Lothario of farts. Here he comes. Quite a sexy boy. Coming out to this music is just a trip. I'm just a sexy Jose. Now, Ross, this is all through the end of 1996 here, when Ross was kind of heelish. He was always getting on Cornette about his weight. It's like the You're Bald episode of Seinfeld. You're bald! What are you doing, Jim Ross? Are you aware of the invention called the mirror? Why don't you look at yourself before you throw stones? He's on cloud 9. There you go, sexy boys taking it to the very plump and bloated Jim Cornette. Cornette's moving around pretty good. Don't forget, he blew both of his knees out in Starrcade about 8 or 9 years earlier. And he's looking pretty good. What year was that, 86 or 87? When did he do the knee thing? I think it was 86. So we're talking 10 years. Jose looks good. I mean, think about Jose's age. I'm 2 years away from being 50. Super sock. I'm wearing super socks. See? Yes, that's my foot, if you can believe that. I'm very limber for a 48-year-old. 1, 2, 3. Goodbye, Cornette. Just like that. How long was that match? 90 seconds? And the sexy boy gets the win. Rightfully so. I think Jose should have came out wearing Shawn's gear. Like the chains and the sequins. Maybe a village person hat. Thank you, Mr. Perfect. He's a sexy man. He's a sexy grandpa. He doesn't even look that bad. That's a bad joke. I was like, perfect. You didn't make it that long, so we didn't get to see how you looked when you were at that age, but... That was a squash. That was Jose Lothario absolutely destroying. Oh, so we got Mark Marrow and Sable on one half of the Superstar line, and Farouk in his blue helmet, and Sonny. Sonny had no equal back then, my God. Although my favorite was that brown outfit that she wore with the smoking guns. I think that's my all-time favorite outfit on any women's personality ever in wrestling. That was too hot for words. But Farouk, look at this helmet. Looks like a... It's like the same color as that, like, blue toothpaste. Oh, okay. Am I wrong? I'm wrong. I'm wrong. Yeah, I knew something was off about my... Oh, here comes Brian Pillman. I forgot about this. That's right. He interviews Owen Hart. I have my timeline all fucked up. I'm thinking Razor and Diesel debuted on the night after Buried Alive. I'm wrong. It's tomorrow night on Raw. Tomorrow is in Hershey because they're in Philly right now. Tomorrow night on Raw, they start the tapings for the next 4 weeks. That's where Wildman beats Farouk. That's where Razor and Diesel debut. Not after Buried Alive. I was wrong about that.
Brian Pillman, you are a liar. I never ever once made any commitment to you that I was ever going to be in Philadelphia for a pay-per-view. You're a liar. As for Owen...
Yeah, so Brett still worked the tour after he lost the title, but he wasn't on TV until Survivor Series. So Pillman claimed he was going to interview Brett, but he really interviews, I think, Owen and Austin, right? And Pillman in in Philadelphia, you know? He debuted in ECW just months earlier. Pillman's awesome. Scum. Illiterate degenerates. That's what they all are there in Philly. Here comes Owen. There's a super chat from Mike earlier. Thanks for the 5, bro. Hey, Greg and chat. So AJ and Punk versus Becky and Seth at WrestlePalooza. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I mentioned in the Clash review earlier. We talked about it. Right. Thank you, We Are Pro Wrestling. The night after Buried Alive is when Triple H beat Mero, because during Buried Alive, they were really hyping up Perfect's return to the ring the next night. He even gets involved in a Triple H match at Buried Alive. Yeah, I had these two confused. I think the reason I thought it was the night after Buried Alive, because when Razor and Diesel debut, there's a Buried Alive tombstone in the aisleway. And that's just to hype the next In Your House, but my brain was conflating that. But yeah, because they wouldn't show Razor and Diesel backstage here and then wait a month to debut them. Pill, he calls him Pill.
We kind of patched everything up last few months. Brett has started to accept that I truly have the best heart. He's getting older. He's getting slower. He's not the technical wrestler he once was.
Yeah, Brett's getting older and slower. And then Brett admitted that Owen was the greatest heart. That's a true story. Brett really did. This is the famous line where Austin says, if you put the letter S in front of Hitman, I'm pretty sure. And I remember how weird this was, because if you think about what happens just a few months later, these two guys are in the Hart Foundation, and their mortal enemy is Stone Cold Steve Austin. But I was getting senile. Owen was always so weird on the mic. He always said shit like senile and stuff. He's scared. He's not scared of me. Well, he's a little scared of me. So we got Owen and the Hollywood Blondes in a promo in Philly. This is just all kinds of fun. This is the final pay-per-view for this entrance theme for Austin. He drops this by when they get to In Your House Buried Alive the next month. He debuts that Stone Cold theme in the Glass Shatters theme in a match against, I believe, Triple H. And Perfect gets involved in that. And so, yeah, this is the tail end of this this slow music. I just remember this time period so well. I remember hanging out with my friends. I remember how I felt about Austin and Pillman and WWE, and the feeling that the company was giving me at the time was kind of an interesting one. Austin would attack Pillman a couple months later and shatter his leg, remember?
The whole world knew that Bret Hart wasn't going to show up. Stone Cold sure as hell knew that. The bottom line is, when Stone Cold's in the house, Bret Hart is at his house because he's scared of Stone Cold. And that's about it.
When Stone Cold is in the house, Bret Hart is at his house.
Bret Hart, you packed your bags and took your carcass back to Canada.
Carcass. It's a slimy substance that runs out of the south end of a chicken. Oh, I'll never forget that line.
Let me make myself clear. If you put the letter S in front of Hitman, you've had my example. All right, I know.
Okay, so Austin says if you put the letter S in front of Hitman, you get his exact opinion of Bret Hart. So what does that spell? Let me spell this. All right, so there's Hitman. Okay, Hitman, and then I'm going to go in front of it and put an S there. It spells shit, man. Ha 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 ha. The Hollywood Blondes. We saw them last week, remember? In the Clash of Champions watch along? Pillman was injured. And Philadelphia sucks because I said so. Oh, that was all so much fun. 3 of my favorite wrestling personalities of all time sharing a ring, having some laughs in front of one of the best wrestling city audiences of all time. So awesome. Love that. Could watch that 5 times in a row. Oh, God, Mark Henry. Look at him. Let me touch the Liberty Bell. Let me touch it. Don't break it, Mark. We're going to take you around town, Mark. You're gonna look at landmarks and seem interested in them, and you need to touch them with one of your hands, and we're going to film you doing this. Man, the skyline of Philly isn't even that impressive. Core State Center. Yeah, a magnificent edifice. Shut up, Vince. I've been there. I was there one time in 1999. That's it. Oh, he's way pre-sexual chocolate. I'm pretty sure this is Mark Henry's first match. Or whenever it happens. Later on. I love this. This was finally, I'm pretty sure this is when Bulldog and Owen got on the map as a tag team finally. They finally won the titles. I remember thinking prior to this, I'm like, why don't you put them together and have them win the titles? They're all part of Camp Cornette. Just put them together. Oh, Cornette. Oh, Clarence Mason is... Oh, that's right. This is kind of like when Clarence Mason takes over. And he makes Cornette sign something that essentially steals the Bulldog and Owen away. Now, and correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think Cornette ever retrieves or regains the contracts of them, right? Because then Vader would eventually move over to Paul Bearer at some point, but I don't remember when that Royal Rumble, I think. Hi, Sonny. Don't you just want to go? Billy's just obsessed with her. And that was the story they were really telling. This is gonna set up the split of the Smoking Guns. Billy is just all obsessed with Sonny, with 1996 Sonny, and who wouldn't be? So he can't concentrate. Which at the time, I always thought Bart was the better-looking gun. He was in better shape. He was bigger. I thought he was better-looking. I did not think Billy was really that attractive of a dude. But I think he would make a much better heel than Bart, so that's why they went with him. And then I remember finally when, like, Billy goes heel, the Guns feud a little bit in late 96. Oh, they, Bulldog and Owen ruined the, she looks like Where's Waldo? Poor Sonny. I mean, Bulldog and Owen here with the babyface move. I remember really rooting hard for Bulldog and Owen in this match. The expense alone of that Sunny drop-down thing.
And right away, Bulldog and Owen perhaps have a psychological edge. Would you say?
No doubt about it. I mean, they dropped that big poster on a Sunny.
Yeah, was Cornette still accompanying Vader to the ring after this? I forgot. Prior to Vader moving on to Paul Bearer, which I think was at the Royal Rumble. But yeah, they were kind of phasing Cornette out. And I guess just putting him on the creative team or whatever.
On Saturdays, that's for sure. Saturday morning, starting off, yes, with a tremendous.
And I remember when Billy, after the little gun feud, he would disappear for the first part of, or a couple months in '97 there. And he would resurface as Rockabilly. And I remember when he showed up, he was in really good shape. He'd gotten himself in shape. He just doesn't, he looked like how skinny, like think about who Billy, this horse that Billy Gunn is. In these days, he didn't have much of a physique on him. And here comes Clarence Mason.
Oh my goodness! Owen distracted by the presence of Clarence Mason. And I guess Clarence might be filling in for the ailing Jim Cornette. I don't know.
And Bulldog and Owen,
Going on here. Well, you know, Mason,
I guess, are fine with Clarence being their manager.
and also the official manager of an individual known as Crush, a monster, with a rather checkered past. In any event, coming off the rope, with a nice tackle.
Now, this is going to be a classic wrestling match. I can see this coming right now.
Nicely done.
Now, this is going to be, correct me if I'm wrong, the second time that Owen will defeat the Smoking Guns to become tag team champions, right? Because they worked WrestleMania the year before, and that was when Yoko and Owen won the titles. So Owen has the Guns number.
As well. And that's what happens when you're a second-generation wrestler. Owen Hart could be the big difference in this contest.
I would suggest it would be Davey Boy with those very same attributes. I see Davey Boy as the difference.
Oh, you see Davey Boy is the difference. Also, in the prior years, September in Your House, that's another one I thought about doing. That's that Triple Crown match that also involved Owen and Davey for the tag team titles. It was supposed to be Owen and Yoko. Martha was giving birth to, I think, Athena or Oj. And Owen missed the show, but then showed up at the end, wound up getting pinned. And because of that, they gave the titles back. They took the titles away from Shawn and Diesel because technically they pinned somebody that wasn't officially in the match. Yeah, they're kind of teasing that JR is kind of getting a little spicy on commentary. And he'd go full heel tomorrow night on Raw. Like, look at the size of Bart. He's a big guy. Looks like a young Randy Orton, doesn't he? I remember, like, watching the Guns around this time and always thinking that Billy was Jannetty. Bart was Jannetty. You didn't know it at the time. I think that's the only time in history that's ever happened. Like, normally in a tag team, you know who the Jannetty is, but have we ever gotten the Jannetty wrong? Like, Christian turned out to be a great Hall of Fame wrestler, but he was still the Jannetty of that group, you know? Or of that team. So there's always a Jannetty. Oh. Jake Hager famously was Jannetty, and his hat was Shawn.
Clarence Mason, as we were looking at that double feature, we were a bit distracted. Clarence Mason came over and gave each and every one of us his card.
You never know.
Oh, wait a minute. Clarence Mason, attorney at law, I'm reading from his professional card. Halls of Justice Building Suite 7, Sioux City, USA. Guaranteed justice at any price.
Sioux City. Sounds like my second wife.
Now, right around this time, too, I think Candido is going to head to ECW because he was... What happened there? Did he get the neck injury and then that's how the titles got held up? Is that what happened there? Or maybe they just lost. I forgot what the fuck happened. I forgot how the Guns won the title. I think the Guns won the titles at SummerSlam, maybe. I don't know. But Candido had the neck brace, and I don't think we saw him in WWE again. He went to He went to ECW. But I feel like he was in ECW while being under contract at WWE or something. There's that Indian Deathlock. Owen loves that move. That's an Owen classic right there. Brett will do it sometimes too. If I was a wrestler, I would make sure I had knee pads that didn't fall off my knees. Was Matt Hardy a Marty? Yeah, Ray, he definitely was. Jeff was, Matt's a lot like Christian. Totally respectable Hall of Fame wrestler, had his own success. But didn't reach the heights that Jeff did, just like Christian didn't reach the heights that Edge did. But watching the Smoking Guns when I was this age, I was under the assumption that if either one of those two was going to be a successful single star, it would be Bart, not Billy. Brawl for All probably had something to do with that. Or not the Brawl for All, but WrestleMania 15 in this building, by the way. Bart Gunn didn't put that together till just now. Wait about 2.5 years there, bro. You're going to have an even worse day in this building. You think today's bad? You just wait. Hey, that's a good example. I think a lot of people thought that DiBiase had the bigger ceiling or the higher ceiling than Cody at the time. So yeah, that qualifies. Because I think I remember kind of feeling the same way. Like the focus was on DiBiase. He was the one that WWE thought was going to be the star. You know who else was kind of a Jannetty in a weird way? John Cena. Because when Cena and Orton both started getting on the rise, and even Cena and Batista even, I think that in the beginning, WWE believed Orton was going to be the bigger star. They put the belt on him first. They tried with him first. Even Batista got the main event at WrestleMania 21, so I felt like John Cena was second fiddle to not only Orton, but Batista too, but then wound up becoming the poster child. Jimmy Johnson. Well, I guess 96 Jimmy Johnson is not an outdated reference. Oh, wow. I do remember, I'm pretty sure a spinning heel kick by Owen is the finish. I just remember that. Another reason why I like this match is because the tag division was so weak in WWE at this time. These were two legit teams, Owen and Davey, who have both held tag team gold before, and the Guns, who have had a few years of success. There we go. Clarence Mason helps him out, distracts the referee, Owen in to break up the 3 count. Damn, Sonny. Jesus. You know how the kids always say, so-and-so's downfall needs to be studied? I don't think anyone needs to be studied more than Sonny's. My God. Look at her there and think about where she is now. How is that even the same person? The things that she was doing to my 19-year-old hormones at the time. And now, you look at a picture of her, she can make a strap-on go limp. Ugh. Knee to the solar plexus. We might not like the politics of the smoking guns. Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, so far Jimmy is the Marty of that, since Jay has won World Championship gold and has been in main events on his own. I guess he would technically be a little bit above. There you go, We Are Pro Wrestling. Everyone thought Chris Harris would be Shawn and James Storms would be Jannetty. Yeah, that's another good example. Hell yeah. I always liked America's Most Wanted. I didn't watch hardly any of TNA, but I liked them. I like Beer Money too. Man, that is an epic wedgie you got going on there, Davey. There's a letter in your mailbox, and it's Manila. Oh, there he goes. He's too distracted. Should have tagged. Oh, no. Okay, here comes the finish. Billy just pushed Bart, power slam. Owen's going to come in with a spinning heel, right? Boom. Yes. I remember that Owen spinning heel. And it was a Bulldog power slam that did it. And I remember at the time in 1996 feeling really, really happy that the WWF tag team titles were on a worthy team, you know? I just couldn't stomach skip and zip and shit, you know? Like, this was so much better. And the Godwins and shit, you know? Like, enough with that shit. And now Sonny's pissed. Billy's going to lose his woman. We're never going to get to see her wear cowboy boots again, which sucks. Okay, now she's going to fire Billy or fire both of them, right?
Sonny acting like a petulant child.
She managed everybody's skip and zip, the Godwins, and now these fools. Look at Billy's on one knee. Have some respect for yourself. Fired, fired, fired. And that's it. Billy's like chasing her down. Best advice I can give to guys when it comes to women, there are plenty of fish in the sea. Don't ever let yourself become obsessed with anybody. Don't get on one knee. Don't be begging. Don't ever think you can't live without her. There are 4 billion women on this planet. Find another one.
You have already led one man to the World Wrestling Federation Championship. Will you make Mankind the next champion tonight?
That goes for women, too. Don't be stalking dudes. There's dudes everywhere. Just find another dude. Percy, my God. It's a weird analogy, but have you ever smelled like really, really strong perfume or cologne or something to the point where it gives you a headache? That's what Paul Bear's voice is. It's like a bad perfume.
I live to make Shawn Michaels miserable. I live to make his clique feel the pain that I've known my whole life.
Yeah, Pretty Boy Shawn is staring down the barrel of a different opponent here.
It's my destiny.
I did find that intriguing in '96 that they did this match.
It's my destiny.
And I remember thinking it was a weird match to do, but one that made sense because Mankind's got 2 victories over Undertaker. He should get a title shot. And the fact that it coincided with Philly, perfect, man.
Destiny. And after that, we'll all have a nice day. Thank you very much.
I remember at the time, my parents actually were still living in North Carolina. They hadn't moved out here to California yet, not for a few more months. And they were especially my dad, was starting to get just a little bit into wrestling. Like, they always followed it, with one eye for me when I was a kid. But around this time, I remember them kind of having a little bit of interest in it, primarily because my dad was with me when I was backstage at a house show a couple months before this and got to meet everybody. And he was really blown away by that experience. He was blown away that Gerald Briscoe and another official came to get me and get me back there. And so I think he started like kind of paying attention a little bit. And I remember after this show, because I was already living on my own in my own apartment, I took the tape. I took the recording of the show and took it over to their house, and we watched the Shawn and Mankind match. I wanted to show them. And I remember they actually cared. Like, my parents wouldn't give a shit now. But I remember actually showing them that match, and because I was proud of it. I'm like, this is a really good match, and they should see it. The outfit, the shit they had Mark dressed in, WWF logos everywhere. It's like LT, at WrestleMania 11. One synchronized swimmer drowns, do they all have to drown? I hope not. That would be a tragedy. I mean, a funny one, but still a tragedy. Synchronized drowning. Oh, yeah, Mike Rouse. This is as pre-sexual chocolate as you can get. This is my man's first ever match. Stupid music. He came out to Angle's music after his debut here, and then he was off TV. He was working live events, and I went to a few house shows, I guess in '97, and he was coming out to what would be Kurt Angle's music and the Patriots music. Look at this USA outfit. Jesus Christ. He's a fine young man. Oh, he's a fine young man. He's huge. Throw your hat out. Now, did Mark compete? He competed in the '96 Olympics, right? The ones that just happened? Was that the one with the bombing? Was that the bombing one? Atlanta, right? A basic headlock, huh? Okay, put the basic headlock on him. I didn't like at the time the way they were making Mark like such a good guy. He was on commentary at SummerSlam the month before, and he was so soft-spoken and so kind-hearted sounding, which is nice. Mark's a good dude. I don't agree with him on his Rajah Jackson takes, but overall, Mark's a solid dude. He's always just been a little weird and a little dumb to me, that's all. But he's always like, at least at first, they really tried to make him into a good person, like American hero, but he needed, that's fine, but he still needed, he had no ability to strike. He's got Lawler talking shit to him, Lawler doesn't seem even remotely afraid of the world's strongest man. And I always thought that was a problem. Now, you can make Mark a good guy, that's fine, but you also have to make him imposing. And make him a little badass, Have him get on the mic and be like, don't test me, boy. I'm the world's strongest man. I'll break you in half and then eat you. He never said anything like that. He was just too goody two-shoes. Fucking Cody out here. It's Lawler versus Cody. Even Cody's got more of an edge to him than this guy. At this time, I didn't know what to make of Mark Henry quite yet. So I wasn't feeling him. None of this was speaking to me or connecting with me in any way. You think to the previous year, who'd they have debut? Ahmed Johnson, right? Who else came in? Ahmed's the only one I can think of off the top of my head that came in with like some big hype. And after Ahmed, and Ahmed's who's out of action right now, is like this newest debut. Like when Ahmed came out, you're like, holy shit, I would not want to fuck with this guy. When Mark Henry comes out, he's like, oh, what a nice looking guy. Big smile on his face. Doesn't seem like he has any interest in even harming a fly. Just a good dude. Oh yeah, go for the body slam, Lawler. That'll work. You've only been in the business 25 years by this point. Yeah. Press slam to Lawler. Not great. Look at them calves. Jesus Christ. That you know who he reminds me of? Elizabeth. You know, Elizabeth like hikes like 8 miles a day. She's nuts. She climbs mountains. She's got fucking calves. You know, like The Rock had the cutout in the back of his boot to make room for his like large calves. That's what Elizabeth has. Like whenever we're like on the couch and I'm like, if I'm like touching her leg or something, I just like grab her, like squeeze her gigantic, strong, rock ass hard calves. She'd give Jordan Grace a run for her money on the calves. It's ridiculous. Her calves are twice the size of mine. And that's not a compliment on me. I mean, that was not for nothing, a solid bump by Lawler. Lawler's going for his foreign object. It's definitely not an American object. It's foreign, you can tell. Oh. Punched him right in the face. It's a roll of quarters. Lawler also wrestled at King of the Ring. I'm pretty sure he's going to wrestle at Survivor Series. Isn't Lawler part of a team at Survivor Series too? So that's 3 of the big 5 pay-per-views Lawler gets a match on. He was in the Rumble too. He did not have a match at Mania. So 4 out of the big 5 pay-per-views in 1996, Lawler wrestled on them. That's the state of the WWE roster. Okay, this is going to be the finish. That's his finisher, the backbreaker. Now, Luger had the torture rack. I'm trying to think who had this one. Ludwig Borga might have done it. That finish. Who else? Someone in the 70s. Who else did the backbreaker like that? Or Borga might have done a regular torture rack. I don't know. Oh, there's Al Snow. All right, the new rocker. Oh, there's Marty. Why are the rockers attacking? This is so random. Threw him right out of there, the new rockers. What, Triple H too? Everybody's trying to make a name for themselves. Come on, Mark, fight him off. Yeah, that was, he was using the Brackus theme. That's right, he was. I think Brackus got more TV time in Wrestling with Shadows than he did in WWE. Oh, my God. No, I don't think it was Dino. just trying to remember who did the backbreaker like that. There's been a couple guys to do that. I'm just having trouble remembering now. I can picture somebody in like early 80s or late 70s doing it. I just can't think of who. I mean, it could have been like a Ted Arcidi or something, but I don't think so. I'm trying to think who would have done it. Oh, Mark gets the pyro and his dumb music. Jannetty is still the Jannetty in the New Rockers. That's sad, man. Al Snow had a bigger run than him. Yeah, I guess he kind of did. Maybe. Al Snow on the big-time stage, though, had less time than Jannetty. Al Snow didn't show up in WWE, you know, until around 95-ish, right? And he was gone. Came back as a job squad guy in 99 and interactions with Mick Foley and a little feud there in WWE. And he wrestled probably for a few years in WWE, but I don't know. I don't know if that's really that. I think Jannetty can make a case. AWA Tag Team Champions, WWE Tag Team Champions, Intercontinental Champion. I think their charisma might be about equal. Kurt Hennig. Miss Kurt Hennig. I remember at the time just loving having him there because I felt like everybody from the past was in WCW. So the fact that WWE could still have their hands on a perfect was kind of nice to me. But he would also leave. Yeah, they had Jim Johnson compose a whole nother Undertaker theme here that they used for this music video for him or something. It's like the one they did with Brett, too, they did one with Brett. They did music videos around this time. They would do one with Shawn, too, when he'd lose his smile. Well, I guess that would... No, not when he lost his smile, but when he had the concussion. So they had the Tell Me a Lie video, right? And then Brett had the video. And then Undertaker had his video. And then they did a Slammy Award for it. And I'm pretty sure Brett won. Brett accepts a Slammy for Best Music Video. Something he had nothing to do with making or anything. Yeah, I forgot. When was the first time somebody came up through the ring like that? They were doing it already. Taker did it in the cage match with Diesel and Brett in February. But did it ever happen before that? I don't think it did. That might have been the first time they cut through the ring. And I don't know how that works underneath there. I don't know if there's a board that they remove and then go through, or if, yeah, I don't know what goes on down there, how they do that. I remember later on the main event, remember when I told you I took this tape over to my parents' house and showed them? I specifically remember my dad being surprised because they do a spot in Shawn vs. Taker where there's a coffin out there and they like open the coffin up. They make a point to open it up so people can see that no one's in it. And then later on when they open it again, Undertaker's in it. And I remember my dad be like, how'd they do that? I'm like, well, Dad, there's a curtain. There's like a drape over the bottom part of the coffin. There's probably just a trap door. Oh, yeah. Hi, Marlena. All right, so this is the final curtain match. This is a little mini feud here at the time by Taker and Goldust. And I'm pretty sure, didn't Goldust beat Undertaker in a casket match? Was that a Beware a Dog thing where, like, Mankind interfered or something? I think I might be right about that. But this is going to basically blow off, if you could call it a feud, little mini feud here between Taker and Goldie. Final curtain match is a no disqualification. Oh, so we did get two Tell Me a Lies. I guess we did. We got it, and I didn't know if they replayed it in '97, but that's funny. Tell me a lie. So stupid. Now, every time, they had the same problem at King of the Ring, and I think they're going to have the same problem here tonight. They would dump that golden confetti bullshit during Goldust's entrance, and it would be out there for the rest of the show. I remember the Shawn and Davey match at King of the Ring. They had that shit all over them. Those gold things were sticking to them all throughout the match. And I think the same thing happens later on with Shawn and Mankind, too. Confetti sucks. I hosted a party at the restaurant a couple nights ago, and First Lady showed up and wanted to decorate the table. It's a little private room, so I'm like, yeah, come on up. I'll show you where you're at, and giving her a lay of the land and everything. She pulls out this big thing of confetti. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm like, I can't allow that. I'm like, it's a house policy, no confetti, because you can't get that shit out of the carpet and everything. And I'm like, you cannot sprinkle that shit everywhere. I'm anti-confetti. So when I see these little gold things in the ring, it pisses me off. She was really cool about it, but some people get a little pissy. Why can't I put confetti? I'm like, because I don't want to be here till 1 in the morning cleaning it up. That's why. So if you have a birthday party at a restaurant or any sort of party, don't bring confetti. It's a huge inconvenience for the restaurant. Confetti should be outlawed. Nationwide. Worldwide. Universe, solar system universe-wide. Multiverse-wide. We got our final month, guys, of Undertaker in his purple gear here. As after Buried Alive, he'd come back as Batman at Survivor Series. With a tear drop all of a sudden. Histrionics. They love to say histrionics. That Goldust suit just does not seem breathable at all. It's like something you would wear if you're trying to shed weight. Like to make weight last minute. You ever see Jackass, the sweatsuit cocktail? That's what it reminds me of. There's a cocktail brewing in there right now, believe me. What power. What agility. Ajax Johnson, you're home. Synced up. That makes me happy. Bud Light tastes great. I don't think I've had a Bud Light since I was 18. I seriously don't think I've had a Bud Light since I was 18. What's he got? He's got gold powder now? Ha! Lifting little Marlena up. Put her down. Oh yeah, he's got the gold, the literal gold dust in the face. Look at Timmy White like, I don't know what's happening here.
Whatever that substance is, in his eyes and obviously his vision is impaired. It was Goldust. And even more impaired now. Goldust. Receives no disqualification. Here because there is no disqualification. Here, let's watch it again now. Right in the eye.
What a sell by Taker. Oh, James Krause, Bud Light Lime. I have had one of those. I forgot about those. Years ago, I bartended on a little tiki bar. We had those, and I drank one one day during work. It's pretty good. It's good summertime drinking. Otherwise, if I'm going to have a lime in anything, it'll probably be a Pacifico or a Corona. Or a Modelo. Oh, water bottle. Look at Hugo Siminovich. Does anybody know who Jerome Jurinovich is? I always think of him whenever I say Hugo Siminovich. Back in the day, there used to be like a channel on cable, Headline News. I don't know, it might still exist now under a different name. It was Headline News. This is way before the internet or anything. And there would be sports updates, just a quick like 90-second sports update at 10 till and 20 past every hour. And I would always tune into Headline News. If I looked at the clock, I'm like, oh, it's almost 10 till the hour. I'll tune in right on the dot at 10 till and 20 after. They would do a little 90-second sports update. So if anything happened crazy or somebody died or somebody wins a big game or whatever, somebody's injured or whatever, you get a little update, and it'd be really, really fast. And the guy who did it was named Jerome Jurinovich with Headline Sports. Childhood memory of Greg Morgan. Ah, there we go. Somebody remembers it. Headline News. And I always remember 10 till and 20 after, 10 till and 20 after. Every 30 minutes, you would get a sports update. Look at the glitter in Undertaker's hair. He looks fabulous. Fabulous, baby. Sexy Taker with the glitter. The glitter will make your liver quiver. Yeah, that's not going to get it done. Looks like a claw. I mean, this was a transitional time. You know, you look at these two characters right here, Goldust and The Undertaker. This is still very reminiscent of like 1995, but, you know, we saw the ECW guys out in the front row earlier. We're moving into a different era. NWO is starting to cook. They just formed. Hogan just won the title at Hog Wild. Things were changing. And this is like literally the transitional period of pro wrestling as we're watching it right now. Like WWE is starting to phase out of this stupid shit and try to catch up to what WCW and ECW were doing. Taker would go a little darker, wearing more all black and stuff, even though he was still kind of dead man-y. Goldust would still be Goldust for another year or so before he dressed like a Christmas tree and put a ball gag in his mouth. There's another thing I've said a lot about 1996 is WWE was very WCW in 1996. Look who's wrestling here. Mean Mark, fucking the Natural Dustin Rhodes. Johnny B. Bad's about to win the Intercontinental Championship tomorrow night on Raw. You've got Cactus Jack in the main event here. You had the Hollywood Blondes in the ring earlier with Owen, right? It was very WCW. Jim Cornette had a match earlier. Vader was there. And look what was going on in WCW. It was WWE. It was Razor and Diesel and Hogan and Beefcake and Savage and Made in the USA Lex Luger and the 1-2-3 Kid and the Big Boss Man and Kamala and Earthquake. I mean, and Piper, who was about to show up there next month, right? Piper's out the door too. He'll show up at Halloween Havoc in just a few weeks. Alexander York at ringside, you know? So much WCW. Jim Ross on commentary. Why would I say that tombstone? God, Vince. Pretty sure that's going to do it. Good night, Goldie. Taker with the win. T85, exactly. That's what I was trying to say. Taker kind of acting a little bit more like a human and not like a goddamn zombie is kind of what I was alluding to earlier. Same type of thing. Angie. Second Achilles surgery this past Friday. Accidentally same Achilles or different Achilles? Oh, sorry to hear that, man. Glad you're here, though. Best of luck. That was a resounding victory over Goldie. I'll be right back. Ooh, you know what? There we go. Thanks, guys. Went to the bathroom, and then also now that the sun went down, it's cool outside. It's cooler. So I opened the window, put the fan in the window, blowing some fresh air in here. Tito loves it. And two of our cul-de-sac stray cats are outside. I said hi to them. We feed them. I don't know what's going to happen to them when we move, because they're waiting by the back door every morning, and I give them a big plate of food. All right, there's Shawn. Here we go. This is a classic. I'm glad we're going to watch this together.
Saying that Paul Bearer is leading him to his destiny. But Shawn, everybody in the clique knows that this is your destiny, the World Wrestling Federation title.
You know, not since I won the World Wrestling Federation title have I gone out and defended this belt and been really, really nervous, you know?
Poor
And the
kid.
reason for that is because I feel like I can out-wrestle anybody in the World Wrestling Federation. Let's face it, I am wrestling the wackiest cat that the World Wrestling Federation has ever seen. If I can go out there and wrestle him, I have all the confidence in the world.
Bone Thugs was tearing up the charts. They were.
A little bit jittery, a little bit nervous. One way or another, Heartbreak is going to do what he always does, and that's find a way.
I just remember one year at the Video Music Awards, they came and arrested one of the guys. There's a warrant. And they showed up because they knew he was there and arrested him. Right when he came off stage. Probably the same year, 96, and it usually happened in September, so that probably just happened.
Many times with the Undertaker,
I bet you it just happened a couple weeks earlier.
this could spell more trouble for you.
You know, that's really a politically correct statement. Unorthodox. That's very nice. You know, this guy is whacked as the day is long. And yeah, they got cast. They're playing mind games.
Shawn Michaels versus Dude Love.
There's a mind up here that you can play with. Mankind Colbert one way. I really don't know how. Up to this point, I'm about to walk up to the ring. And I've got no idea how it is I'm going to deal with you two. I guess I'll just think on the job, I suppose.
Go think on the job, Shawn. That's what you got to do.
Champion Shawn Michaels.
I kind of like it's a different opponent. Like, he doesn't really know what to do. What kind of strategy can you have in a match like this? All right, here we go. Mankind versus Shawn Michaels, Mind Games. Here comes the coffin. I'm really glad we're watching this classic together, because this one is all kinds of good. I'm pretty sure Mankind is going to come out of this casket. And so you have two people being wheeled out there. All those druids. I'm curious who the druids are. Unless one of them is Undertaker and he's going to duck down and hop under. But I have a feeling Taker's under the bottom part there. Or, never mind. Did they, after the previous match, Taker probably stayed, right? Did they turn the lights down and then he slipped under the ring? Is that how they did it? Or did Taker walk away and leave? And there he is. And there's Shawn's pyro. They landed on their feet with this Mankind shit because changing up Cactus Jack I thought would be silly. They should have let him be Cactus Jack, but this Mankind character was tremendous. These early days when he was wearing the brown, first like 9 months of this gimmick, my God. So good. Started coming off the rails a little bit in the summer of 97, but this was so good. Here comes Sexy Boy. Ramon just started your 5th grade year in elementary school. Wow. I was freshly turned 19. Already living in my second apartment. I remember I had a really cute girlfriend in 96, and part of the reason why it didn't work out is because I think I was like insecure about it. I kind of thought she was above me on the hotness scale, and I think it got in my head a little bit, and ultimately didn't work out. We dated like 9 months. But I remember at the time, I'm like thinking I was out of her league. And I learned from that. I said, don't ever think that about yourself. That Shawn Pyro, man. Brett got the same treatment. This match really helped Shawn Michaels because this gimmick, and you're in front of an ECW crowd here, and even though Shawn had had some pretty wild performances in ladder matches and whatnot, this really showed that he's not made of glass, you know? And Shawn, you know, at any point in his career, whether he's Intercontinental Champion or World Champion, hasn't had an opponent anywhere near this crazy. And I did like the story, like that they're telling here with Shawn. Shawn does look like legitimately rattled. Like, oh fuck, how am I going to deal with this guy? And my championship could be in serious jeopardy. Not because I have a lack of faith in my own abilities, because I just don't know how to prepare for an opponent like this. He's out of his fucking mind. He squeals like a pig and pulls his hair out. And he has some fucking superhero-like nerve hold that if he sticks your fingers in your mouth, you can't move. He'll stab his own leg with a pencil. He doesn't give a shit. I can't sit there and, like, prepare for that. What's watching tape gonna do? Just scare me more. And let's take up the, I think Shawn drop kicks him here, right? Yep, yeah. And stomps him. I mean, that's one way to do it.
You talk about mind games. This is going to be one of the weirdest World Wrestling Federation Championship matches of all time.
I mean, Shawn, right off the bat here, we are not very far into this match, just a minute or two. And we've already got the outside of the ring mats pulled up, and Shawn's diving off the top rope onto the floor. He's got that Goldust glitter all over him. Would like to welcome Wade to the family. Becoming a member, thanks to the Juliet. Thanks, Juliet, for hooking up someone else with a channel membership, as always. You'll need to be a member here soon, because members are going to have a lot to do with our Saturday podcasts and a couple of future watch-alongs, as y'all are going to be making some decisions for us. There you go. Some jabs. They would wrestle 1 year later, Shawn Michaels versus Mankind, on Raw, right when Shawn turned heel after SummerSlam. And that was the beginning, basically the origin of DX. And then the following week, it was a tag. It was Hunter and Shawn versus Taker and Mankind. Taker and Mankind teamed up on Raw. That was in the lead up to Ground Zero in your house. Mankind dives out of the ring. No, give him his baby there. Give him his urn. I feel like Shawn's gonna do a dive or something. Yeah. Mankind did not. Shawn looks like he's kind of getting frustrated too, isn't he? He looks like he's, like what he did to Vader the previous month. He almost looked like a little annoyed at Mankind there. Shawn needs to chill. What a prick. I'm pretty sure Foley lists this as his favorite match of all time. Or the favorite match of his. Look at there. A little wrestling. He's trying to go for the mandible. Oof, damn, kick right to the head. Probably, Juliet, that tag match that was Hunter and Shawn versus Taker and Mankind was probably the last time Foley and Shawn wrestled. Yeah. Wouldn't be surprised. They were booked to wrestle each other right before WrestleMania, but Shawn was injured. Remember? No Way Out. Wasn't it supposed to be Shawn and all them guys against Cactus and Terry and Austin, right? And stuff. So they would have been in the ring again at No Way Out in 98. But Shawn, it was replaced by Savio. Yeah, back then that was a wild spot. Him taking the backdrop on the steps like that. That's a solid wood casket too. Jesus. And it was cool to be able to see this side of Shawn, like him being able to work like this if he had to. We saw a little bit of this out of Brett the previous year when he would get a little vicious, in that match with Diesel and whatnot. So Shawn being able to show this side was promising to a fan like me. This really helped his credibility, this match. It really did help Shawn a lot. Helped both guys. Both guys benefited from this match in their careers. Nice leg whip. Jeez. Figure 4 on Mankind. There you go. Right in the middle, too. I don't think Mankind knows how to submit. Oh. All this stuff is smart. Like, Shawn has adapted rather well. It is. Yeah, he did use a move from Mr. Perfect. But I think fans at the time, especially if you were like an ECW fan or a hardcore fan or a fan that maybe thumbed their nose at some of WWE's silliness, Shawn was doing something here that I think a lot of fans didn't think he was capable of. Like, yeah, sure, you can do a nice, beautiful splash off a ladder with flash bulbs in the background, but can you get gnarly? And he's like, yeah. Yeah. If I have to. I'd rather not be in a C4 explosive match if that's okay, but yeah, sure, I'll get nuts. Crucifix into a sunset flip. Oh, clothesline. You know what? I don't have any dinner plans tonight because my big store trip is planned for tomorrow. I got to go do all that. So I got to fend for myself with what's in the house. I know I got some Wagyu burger patties down there and some bacon and some buns and some cheese. Oh, and he's stabbing his own leg with whatever that was. He'd pull his hair out too and squeal. Oh, this guy's gone. I love Perfect. So yeah, I totally don't have dinner plans for later. I'll figure something out though. What's he gonna do with the belt? That fan is reaching through, grabbing Shawn. Yeah, Mankind trying to wake his knee up. He was stabbing it. Oof. It's one of my favorite Mankind moves. Is that knee in the corner like that? Always looks so good. I'm surprised the Philly crowd wasn't chanting like Cactus Jack like crazy during this match. Oh, Tyson and Evander, huh? In November. Yeah, that's right. Deranged. Mankind would have been great in around 92, being there with Papa Shango and Undertaker and shit. He would have fit right into all that, too. He could have feuded with Warrior. Shawn inside out. Or upside down. Oh, there it is. Boom. Love that Mankind move. Shawn in the 3-0, baby. That's not where you want to be. Another one. Vince on commentary with his glasses. Ultimate Warrior got let go in July. I know. I was at the show that got him fired. I'll never forget the handwritten notes on the door. Ultimate Warrior will not be here tonight. Oh, Mankind misses again. They're definitely going to use that table. Oh, drop toe hold on the steps. Doug Unfunny, no, he goes into the head first into the table in an Undertaker match next year. The Revenge of the Taker in your house. And they had a pre-cut hole because he just goes right through this perfect circle. So they already had it kind of pre-cut for him to dive through. Oh. Oh. Misses. So great. Fans are into this. Shawn moving out of the way. God, that gold crap is all over him. I can't think of too many DQ finishes that are ranked as the greatest matches of all time. You know, what other DQ finishes would you say is a really, really memorable match? I mean, I'm sure there's some. Oh, there we go. And that's where Mankind lost his other ear. Oh. Mandible claw while he's choking in the ropes. That's so great. And that table, they moved that to, you knew something was going to happen with that table. The fact that they moved it and nobody moved it back told me that we're going to get a table bump. Oh, there's Mandible Claw again. Oof. Down goes Hugo. Get up, Hugo. Carnage. Fucking carnage. Oof. And that chair's all busted up. Oh, wow. That's how you do it. Take the legs out. Oh, and the hands. This was so fun at the time, as a fan who watched it happen, to see this from Shawn. This was a treat. It was an absolute treat. Shawn was just a little bit too much finesse, you know, so this was... This was a pleasant change of pace for Shawn Michaels' match. Oh, God, that hurts, even though I know he's not really doing it. Jesus. Oh.
And Shawn Michaels is going to make sure he will not feel that mandible claw anymore tonight. And maybe, just maybe, he has taken that lethal weapon, if you would, away from Mankind.
Oh, yeah, there's a couple good ones. Brett Diesel, Rumble 95, Austin Angle. Ooh. Yeah, I kind of forgot about Austin Angle. That was a DQ, wasn't it? But I don't think either of those are on this level. I think most fans would consider this the best of all those three matches. Boom. Classic Mankind bump. Or move, I should say. Spinning neck breaker. The only thing good about that is that at least there's a little bit of that blue padding there. Mankind would often, or Foley, or Cactus, would often take that right on flat concrete. Double arm. Boom. Shawn's in a war, the war of his life right now. Yeah, really was the safest version of that bump. And here's that pile driver with the tights. Another one. Another kick out. Look at that. Mankind, you need to get your shoulders off the mat, though. Pulling his hair out now. Oh, that's right. They haven't fallen through that table yet. He's like, let me borrow this specific chair. Chairs. Is this where I think he super kicks him? Oh, there. See, they're opening the casket. If you can't beat him, bury him. Shawn trying to fight it. You don't want to be in that casket. Boom. Here we go. Fans are loving it. They're into this match. I thought he was going to do his elbow, but Mankind's getting up. Double axe, probably. Shawn's... Nope, high cross. Oh, there we go. Crotches him. Now we're going to set up for that table bump. And it's Mankind who takes the brunt of this bump. I mean, he just goes back first onto this. Shawn has it relatively easy. Ugh. Wasn't the most creative table bump. I mean, they pulled the table into position like a half an hour earlier. And then as soon as they got up to the top, they just kind of fell off into it. But at the time, you know, table bumps weren't super common. We'd only seen a few. Survivor Series the previous year, Good Friends, Better Enemies. That was my favorite, by the way. And now this one. And then pretty soon we'd see tables 6 times per show. Okay, this is the super kick spot I think that I really like. Mankind. Watch Shawn here. Spring Sabu off the red chair. Boom. Sweet chin music. I mean, after that table bump, then Foley takes that. Kick to the face. Cover him. Oh, he's waiting. Fucking Vader was probably a little late on his cue there. Vader hits the ring. Shawn's going to take care of him. And there he goes. Bumps all the way out. Feel like Vader should have been a little quicker. Oh. Paul Bear. Oh, the match is still going on? Okay, I thought they DQ'd right here. Oh, there's Sid. Oh, now we get a bell. And Sid's out there to take out Vader. They would wrestle at the next month's In Your House in a #1 Contenders match. Paul Bear is holding the urn upside down. The match is over. Oh, yeah, then they're going to try to put Shawn in the casket, right? Nobody's out here to help Shawn now. He's gonna bury him in the... Don't open it yet. There he goes. He's opening it. What a great shot of Paul Bear freaking out. And there's Undertaker. And that was kind of cool. I mean, he must have been under the ring that whole time after his match with Goldust. And then slipped under there and came through. I don't know how you even do that. How do you get up there and then close the thing underneath you then? Like, I want to see the inner workings and engineering of that casket. Because that means you got to slip under the ring, under the curtain, and then somehow get up there. Like, if you can fold down the top, and then get up there and then fold it up underneath you after that. Shawn is still... Wouldn't be surprised if there's another production guy under the ring, too, helping this happen. I don't know. Yeah, I would argue without, just off the top of my head, but if we really dug deep, we can probably find more. But I would argue this has to be the best disqualification finish match of all time. I would rank it #1, or at least in the top 3 to 5. At worst. We got to watch Buried Alive next month. Well, when is Crown Jewel? Is that going to be one of them early start times? Well, that's going to be an all fucked up time because Australia is on a completely different orbital plane than the rest of us. Their times are whack. They're different seasons. It's a mess down there. So I don't know. Oh, definitely. Of the first title run, this was definitely Shawn's best match. He had good ones, though. The one with Diesel was good. The one with Davey at King of the Ring was good. The Vader match, I dare say, wasn't horrible. It just had that black eye of Shawn being a dick. This one was great. I don't think he works Buried Alive. And then this is his last pay-per-view match before he loses the title. It is weird how Shawn did that with his tights. Like, he wore long trunks, but then he wore a short pair of black trunks over top of it that had the logo. And now he's showing his ass to us. And he survives. He's in perfectly good shape after that match. And I do like the fact that it was a disqualification victory. They actually protected Mankind in that situation. He didn't take a loss. I think what they were trying to do is have Shawn have the match won with the super kick, but then Vader comes in. But Vader was kind of late, and much like WrestleMania 8, when Sid had to kick out of the leg drop, Shawn had to kind of get up. Look at Vince's appreciation. I like how Perfect and Shawn didn't shake hands. They were always teasing something between them. I actually thought we might be able to get them in the ring again. And so this is just kind of like a belly to back, but then this was great. I loved the super kick spot. Boom. Down, look, the cell was just so good. What a classic. And there's Taker. Oh, shit. Look at Earl. Shawn, oh my God, that girl's trying to kiss him. Buried alive. So they already know they're burying bitches alive next month. So I guess that means there was a chance the buried alive match could be for the championship had Mankind won here. All right, we're going to get a little video package. I liked when they did these in '96. I appreciated the ability to pull this off with 1996 technology. Cornette signing away the rights to Bulldog and Owen. I mean, if you're injured and don't know what the fuck's going on, that would constitute as being under duress, right? That wouldn't even be valid. You know what one of my favorite WWE production themes or pay-per-view themes of all time is? Survivor Series 1995. I've never been able to find a clean edit of that. So if anybody finds the 1995 Survivor Series theme song, it was in DC, I would love to get a clean version of that. Because it's one of my favorites, and they only used it once. But I've never been able to find it. Oof. What a fun match. All right, we get to see a replay on this again. We got to see that like 4 times. Sweet. And the disqualification finish. Music is stopped, but the action, the highlights are still going. I mean, I did like the way they kind of replayed all this. It's good stuff. Well, we could watch Buried Alive next. You guys want to hang out for another 2 hours? I'm kidding. We got to get out of here. Hey, now would be a good time to tell you guys to go, if you haven't yet, go over to my Patreon page and subscribe. I've turned it into an all-free channel, and I'm working on going to start posting some like match reactions. I'm going to do a combination of both. I'm going to do ones that I clip from here, and I'm also going to record exclusive ones just for Patreon, just to throw them up for extra content and try to build an audience over there. And then after some time goes by, if we get some people subscribing, then we'll talk about doing tiers or whatnot. But the entire Patreon page is now an all-free account. If you just join, you can join for free, and you can access every post that I make. So just keep that in mind going forward and keep a lookout, because when I move into the new place, I want to have a lot of that content kind of getting pushed out. So I'm working on all that now. Like I got 5 or 6 match reactions that I'm working on, and I'm going to start recording some. That way they're not all just from here. So keep that in mind and go over to the Patreon page. I think I got the link below, and join over there, because you are going to start seeing content over there, because I've ignored that page for too long. So anyway, next week, Ajax Johnson, there is no watch along. I'm going to be celebrating my old ass's birthday with my family. So next week I won't be here, but 2 weeks from tonight, I'm going to look at September pay-per-views. We'll look at some September In Your Houses, maybe some fall brawls, and maybe pick one of them. If you guys have any suggestions, shoot them over to me on Twitter or wherever. And also, like I said earlier, another thing we can do probably for the month of October is maybe do like a member's choice, where I let you guys pick like 5 to 7 matches off of any of WWE's YouTube channels, whether it be their main channel or the Vault channels, and pick like a few matches, and then we'll watch them all in order. And we'll just go through, and I'll put the link in the description, and we'll do a watch along that way, since we've done a lot of full pay-per-views. So that might be fun. That would be like an all-star cast. Every match we watch is going to be kick-ass. So we could do that one night too. So I'll give it some thought, and we'll at least figure out something to do for 2 weeks from tonight. But next week we won't be here. Also, I will probably be here tomorrow afternoon to do some sort of a Raw review, depending on what happens. But it's also Labor Day, so they might not go crazy on the show. But if we get anything of note or noteworthy on the show, I'll come up here and do a quick review tomorrow. If not, I'll keep working on some other things and getting some content up there on the Patreon page and whatnot. So anyway, right on, guys. Have a good rest of your Sunday night. Thanks for hanging out tonight. If you have not checked out today's Clash in Paris review, make sure you give that a look as well, as I reviewed that after the show went off the air. And we saw Becky Lynch helping out her hubby beat the other 3 guys in the 4-way and retain the championship. So that review is up as well. All right, dudes, you guys, and dudettes, you guys have a great rest of your Sunday night, and I'll be talking to you real soon. Thanks as always for hanging out. Peace.